we go, guys. This is United Forever Podcast, episode 41, and this is the Jon R Special. I'm Sam Spanner. I'm with my legendary cousin,
Adam Shagum. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. And we've got the one and only David R. He is back. How's it going, Dave?
Yeah. Lovely. Absolutely wonderful. How are you?
Excellent. Well, I'm going to start off by apologising to the listeners because the channel has grown since the summer and we've got like quite a few frequent listeners. And I do apologise for letting them down and not doing a footy show last night. I was just literally dying with the shits. I was fucking pebble dashing the toilet at work, the toilet at home. So it was atrocious, but I'm feeling a bit better today, which is good. And I didn't want to let you guys down because we had this penciled in for quite a while. And this is a project that had to be done, dedicated to your brother, John.
The slag.
So we'll be doing some good old piss takes. Now, Dave, before we talk about any recent changes in your life or any added banter or anecdotes, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
This was brought up by Adam in one of our last shows. I can't remember if it was one of the last two shows. He said, when we speak to Dave next, make sure you ask him about what happened to his big toe in PE at school.
Oh, what, with Nicola?
The beans.
With Nicola, Adam?
Yeah, that's the one.
That was probably like year 2, year 1. We were skipping around the hall, weren't we, for PE or whatever. And I just because her parents were like, oh, you can't have barefoot, you must have plimsolls, you might get verruca. And she had plimsolls on, and I bloody toe punted her back of her heel and broke me toe. I forgot about that. That was a long time ago. You can't. She can't go swimming. She can't have any skin on show. It's her feet, for fuck's sake. Maybe she had like webbed feet. I don't know.
Dave, did you end up puking after breaking your toe?
No, I don't think so. I don't really remember. I was what, like 6, 7?
Oh, okay.
About a millennium ago.
Fucking hell. Time flies. So, Dave, tell us, mate, have you had any more... Well, sorry, before I even pop this question, right? So, if anyone wants to find out a little bit more about Dave, all you've got to do is click on the old family playlists on our channel and you can find the original David R episode and the David R follow-up interview episode we did. So
the
David
best ones you've ever done. Let me just put that out there.
Oh, thank you very much. I did love Adam's dad one though. Pass me the briefcase.
That was funny. I did. Joe was like, "Stop laughing so loud! I can't help it."
So, avoiding too much of a tangent, Dave is a very squeamish person, and I believe also you're some kind of undertaker. So you collect the dead, you embalm them, and you prepare them for a dignified ceremony. Is that correct, mate?
I don't pickle them, but I do the rest.
Okay.
Also, embalming we call pickling.
So, have you got any more anecdotes or recent ones of any gruesome episodes where you've been puking and stuff?
I have got one
go for it.
in mind. We get this heavy guy, and he was dead in his flat, and his electric had gone out because he'd been dead for a while. So we're there in the dark with the police officer with his torch, and he'd blood bathed everywhere, and so he's a heavy guy. We had to try and get him out. So we got him off the sofa, got him in the bag, and all these leg blisters popped all over my skin on my arm. So I was like, hang on. And then on the way out, the poor bloke had literally blood puked all over the arm of the sofa.
Okay.
Which would have been fine, but I put my hand in it, and I had a
As you
glove
do.
on, but it went over the glove and on my watch strap. And I was like, oh,
burn it.
And that's my new watch as well that Joe bought me for Christmas. So yeah, I was very happy with that. Literally, I got this spacesuit on, and gloves and shoe covers, and the only bit of my skin showing is my eyes and a little bit of my wrist. And I managed to get blood puke on that. So,
oh no!
That was that. Yeah,
dear.
I didn't puke, but I was close.
Oh mate. Oh dear. And what about your digestive
brilliant.
system? How's that been of late? Have you been doing any bulimic action after liver and bacon hot pots?
I think because everyone's been so good with like masks and anti-bac in their hands, I haven't had the flu or the DV virus for quite a while now.
Okay.
I haven't had to pray to the porcelain god for ages. So yeah, it's actually it's a bit boring on that front.
Yeah,
and I've been eating
fair
healthy. I've been really good. I've been doing exercise, eating healthy. I've been on it.
Oh, nice one, mate. No, it's good to know. And now, just to let any of the Rowhedge listeners know, we're talking about not the other John who lived at the bottom of the village, who was quite a generous person, because when he received the gift of having an invitation to have a threesome, you know, he was with well, it was with his girlfriend and her mate. Well, in return, he thought he would gift them with the clap. So,
well, he was a very caring person, isn't
he? That's it. Caring, sharing. Brilliant.
Yes, that's the one, mate. So spreading the love, mate. So, your brother, aka George Dawes, what the scores? Shooting Stars legend, Jon R. So,
Henry VIII.
So now you're saying he looks like Henry VIII.
He did at school when he had his ginger beard and his silly hat. We still call him Henry.
Fucking hell, mate, that's brilliant. Well, the thing is, right, I'll let any of the listeners make up their minds because we do have permission from John to include a little video of him doing something randomly bizarre. And that'll go right at the end of this episode. So I'll let anyone sort of make up their mind if he looks like a modern Henry VIII. So maybe a bit more oval shaped.
Egg-shaped. Henry VIII with an egghead.
So after speaking to your sister, Adam, and my brother, obviously one of the most famous memories that springs to mind is about John's ambition as a kid, that he wanted to be a dustman when he left school.
Yes.
So he achieved that, didn't he, mate?
He did.
Isn't that right?
He did, yeah. Yes. He got one of his goals in life. He got sacked. He got sacked from it and went to hospital twice, but other than that, he was all right.
So tell us how he got, how can a binman get sent to hospital? He didn't get swallowed by the dumping mechanism, did he?
Well, going on I was going to talk about it later anyway, but he's just so accident prone. Like every job he's ever had, he's ended up in hospital. Literally has, but twice with the bins he did.
No, I think is he still doing the air conditioning and the air ducts and stuff?
Yeah, he's still there. He's been in hospital with that a couple of times now, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say with that one, didn't he accidentally look at the blowtorch and end up burning his retinas?
Yeah, he got archive and went blind for like 2 days.
Oh, that was it.
Archive, yes. I remember. He's walking around like Stevie Wonder, wasn't he?
Just like he had 2 like sanitary towels on his eyes for like 2 days.
Oh, dear. But didn't his colleague who was driving the dustbin lorry manage to smash it up or something?
No, so he was at, I think, is it Abberton Reservoir?
Yeah.
And some knobhead decided to have a head-on with the bin lorry that he was in. So he flew forward, nutted the windscreen, and cracked it. and ended up in hospital for that. And
Rowhedge.
I think another time he picked up a bin bag and there was all broken glass in it, and he picked it up and it just like shredded his legs.
Oh, nasty!
And they're like little lily white, little fresh skin legs. They just like cut through him.
Oh, fucking savage, mate!
So yeah, that was one of the times.
So, and how did he get sacked?
Oh, I think something about he wasn't wearing his boots. He's steel toe-cap boots on the lorry or something, and there was some other reason. I can't remember. I think they had it in for him.
Well, he didn't turn up to the job wearing his Nike Air Maxes, did he, or something like that?
I don't remember. I think it was something like that. He weren't wearing the correct footwear, and I think it was hanging off the edge of the lorry or something.
Okay.
Oh, what when they were driving? Yeah, I think that was it.
It was petty things. Yeah, it's petty things. I think they just had it in for him.
Well, he was involved in another car crash, wasn't he, Adam? In your car?
I've been involved in. Yeah, because we were driving. I can't remember what we were doing. We were going to Burger King, weren't we, Dave? And
we ended up getting smashed in town.
That was it. And someone smashed
up the arse.
Up the arse. Smashed up the arse. And
by Butts Road.
Yeah.
Conveniently named Butt Road.
And, right outside the police station.
And basically, I don't know how he did it, but he ended up bouncing out with his seatbelt, didn't he? I don't know how. And I was like, turned around, I was like, "Where's John?" And he's like in the footwell, in the passenger footwell at the back.
Yeah, I think he hit the bloke hit us so hard he left the seat, nutted the roof, and ended up in the footwell.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh,
it was funny at the time, but it's funny now, really."
It is, and he's like, "My neck, my back." I was like, "Yep, you're getting out. I'm not having my roof cut off for you, mate."
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I remember you pulling him out because you didn't want your roof to be cut off.
Oh my god! Oh wait, hold on a minute. So, was your car written off in that accident, or
no,
was it repairable?
Luckily, yeah, it was repairable, but it was still the
cut and shut, mate.
I think what it was the fact, the impact from the back, and then we hit someone in front of us, so it was like a game of bloody pinball, and we were like basically banging between the two. So
yeah, fucking hell. So
the bloke behind, he tried to go through the red light, didn't he? But then didn't realise we were stationary, so he kind of just smashed right in the back of us.
Oh, mate, that is savage. So was he not wearing a seatbelt? Was he wearing a seatbelt?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I think so. He must have been.
But I don't know how. But he was, but I still can't work out how he managed to bounce out his seatbelt.
No. Mind you, to be fair, the crumples on your car, your boot was tiny, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
Well,
there is that.
Not even a metre between the accident and my brother.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
I got a good bit of compo out of that. I got like $4,000.
Yeah, something like that.
Sweet, mate.
That was pretty. Yeah.
And what did John spend his on bags of weed and stuff?
Probably. I think he took an early bid because he had some money owed or something. So he took like a $2,000 early bid.
Okay.
And then just spunked the lot, probably.
Fucking hell. Talking about the old bong stuff, right? So one of my latter memories of John was he was pretty good at making DIY bongs. And I bumped into him just when I came out Nan and Granddad's front gate. He was just walking through the village green, and I was like, "John, what's up, mate?" And he was looking a bit gloomy. And he was like, "Oh, well, my mum made an appointment and sent me down to the doctor's to get my head sorted out." I was like, "Why? What's up?" Well, he was like, "I think I've been smoking too much lately." And then the funniest thing he said was, "Do you know what? I really hate going down to the doctor's surgery because I don't trust these Scientologists."
He's probably shot away as usual.
So you're not talking about the old weird church thing, are you, mate? Because you obviously want to say scientist, but
yeah,
you've been reading too much about Top Gun and fucking
Tom Cruise.
Mission Impossible. That's the one.
Oh.
Dear, oh dear. So, Dave, John used to wind you up in the morning, didn't he, with his dedication to memorising stuff from films. Is this right?
oh, every fucking day. Every day before school, it's like,
Yeah.
I've recorded the Mighty Ducks on VHS because we're so old and we remember those kind of things.
Yeah, of course, mate.
At 52 minutes and 30 seconds, there's a really good bit. At 1 hour and 2 seconds, there's another good bit. And every fucking morning, it was either Mighty Ducks, Space Jam, or fucking Thriller by Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I still got, I can probably tell you the fucking video now. I watched it so many times.
Oh my god. Do you
There was
know what?
an advert on TV the other day, for Mighty Ducks, a new one. I was like, oh, fucking
Right.
poor Kelly. She's going to be watching shit every day.
Yeah. But the remakes are so wank anyway, you know?
Yeah.
But I was going to say, so one of my earliest memories of John is when we'd, obviously, you know, we were professional choppers, chopping down all the weeds down the ditch. But there was one time we'd successfully made some kind of den in your back garden, which we did mention on one of the other podcasts.
I remember that.
But we also made, it was in the summer holidays, we'd made some kind of go-kart, and we were quite proud about it. And I think it was at the time of watching old, what was it? That Cool Runnings. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember
the Jamaican bobsleigh team.
Yeah.
And so we thought we'd stick to John, who was a rather heavy child at the time, in the pilot seat, and then we would start right at the top of Donovan Way, and we'd get up speed, and we tried to push him as hard as we could, you know, at full fucking whack.
Yeah.
And then the next thing is all of a sudden the four wheels just fell off. John squashed his testicles on Donovan Way on the tarmac.
I don't think there was ever any brakes in it, was there? I don't think.
No. Mate, he screamed the place down. The poor kid, he cried like a squealing piglet. I mean, that must have fucking killed.
Oh, brilliant.
So, and what about the time John would often fall asleep downstairs, Dave, as a kid?
Oh, he just went through a stage of falling asleep on the sofa every night. And
okay.
So, which was, it doesn't sound like an issue, but then you have to wake him up, and then he gets all grumpy. And then a couple of times he'd get up, he'd start walking up the stairs, and he'd stop. And what's he doing? And you'd hear running water, where he was doing a piss on the stairs. This happened more than once as well. John, what are you doing? Where am I? Yeah, 2 or 3 times that happened.
Oh my god! Funny enough, right? So, mate, what I do is before I go to bed, I check on the kids, you know, to make sure they don't keep the blanket off the bed or anything, and kids being fidget bums and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I had the fucking surprise of my life. So 2 nights ago, it must have been about 11 at night, and I thought, smells fucking funky in here. This was in Eric's bedroom.
Yeah.
Turn the torch on my phone, and I was like, what? He'd somehow fucking woken up in his sleep, and he just took a piss all over the bottom of the bed, the bedroom floor, and on the wardrobe. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I thought, mate, I didn't want to wake him because obviously most of the bed was dry. So I thought, fuck it, I can't be asked to be doing with this. So I just did a towel job. I grabbed a couple of towels, and just fucking soaked up the piss. And I thought I'll sort the stuff out in the morning.
Put a bit of alcohol on there, get rid of the smell.
Yeah, I know, fucking hell. And then going back onto your brother Jon. So, obviously being brothers and stuff, I imagine you got into quite a few scraps.
Oh,
like on the school bus and stuff,
we physically hated each other at one point for
Yeah.
many years. And like we'd have proper fist fights, like on the school bus, in the back garden, just anywhere really. The fucking school bus was the funniest one when we're swinging at each other. Like we were on the back at the top deck, it's a double decker, and we were swinging at each other, but our mates were in the middle. Like Ryan, I think was there, and he ended up getting clouted more than we did because we were just swinging at each other, hitting him and all. He was like, "Just stop it, just stop it." So we just carried on, and another time in the back garden, we were proper smacking each other. I think he just wound me up. He used to wind me up so much. He used to do my head in. And I'd swing for him, and then he'd swing back, and it was funny days. Changing the subject quickly, did I tell you about that time he kicked Catherine? Do you remember that?
Oh, mate, the bicycle incident.
No, in the pond.
Oh, fucking hell.
Do you remember? Was you there? Oh, did you hear about that?
No, I was there.
I think so.
Yeah. No.
When he just Catherine was just annoying him, so he just karate kicked her and she went face first in the pond.
Oh, fucking hell. Was this in your mind? Sorry, just to clarify, are we talking about the pond in the woods or the one in your back garden?
In my back garden. I remember getting down and pulling her hair up because she went fully under. It was funny.
And then it got filled in after your mum filled it in.
Didn't...
Yeah, she did.
Oh, mate. Because there was the old down in the woods. There was it was the bog though, wasn't it? They used to call it. I don't know if they drained that in the end.
We had the bog, and then we had the proper fishing pond, didn't we? Which we used to go down and get tadpoles and
and the newts as well,
and the pike.
Yeah.
The pike fish are in there as well.
Yeah.
All right. No, I didn't know about there was fish, but maybe some condoms and stuff.
Massive one there was because we could walk along the top of it, couldn't you? And you could see down to the pond. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Randomly.
Oh, brilliant! Bastard. So, and then there was another scrap that happened up on the wreck, right? But I don't think it was you two versus each other. It wasn't like Sub-Zero versus Scorpio this time.
No, yeah. So, my brother, he used to hang around with like the older guys, or the older ones we used to call them. And one of my regrets in life is that they basically made him have a fight with this lad who was older than my brother, but like half the size of him.
Okay.
And I always regretted not stepping in because I thought if I did step in, then obviously they'd come over and deck both of us. And my brother could easily have taken him anyway, but I kind of always felt like I should have stepped in that day. But then to be fair, the older ones probably would have liked seeing him having the two lads beat the crap out of him anyway, so it probably would have been alright if I did.
Fuck it up. So, I got beaten up a couple of times on the wreck when I think about it, because there was one time we were playing around that climbing frame, the proper decent one, before it got taken down by the council. Yeah. And there was some older lads that were blasting out probably Rhythm as a Dancer or something. It would have been fucking before that. It would have been old Mr. Vane.
Oh, good. And Mr. Vane.
On their big ghetto blaster or something. And they were picking on a kid, and I had the cheek to say to the older lad, why don't you pick on someone your own size? And I don't know why I said that. I fucking got clobbered. and I went running into home back to Nan and Granddad's, crying my fucking eyes out. And then another time, there was they used to, just before you get onto the big wreck, up at the top of Heath Road, you had that sort of metal sort of thing. So if you were riding your bike, you had to get off the bike to get through.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it used to get quite a congregation of chavs and stuff. And one time we'd been walking back from the co-op or something, and then we got stopped, and then I remember Adam, you were like, Sam, just come on, ignore them. And then one lad put his arm around me. He's like, yeah, we're going to be best mates. And I was like, I don't know. And then I was laughing. And then next thing I know, I was getting fucking my ear punched in. And then fucking
like
savage times, mate. Yeah, I know. Well, it is when you think about it, after the fucking regatta got bombed by all the local gang warfare and stuff, which wasn't to be expected, really.
What a bloody palaver that was.
Yeah,
yearly
fucking
event,
bastards, mate.
Yearly fight.
Yeah, mate. Well, fortunately, when we had our massive piss up and Matt ended up puking down Weir Lane, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Kids, get out of your dad's car. No, and then Dave was in the recovery position by the riverfront after swallowing a fucking full-on hot dog. But no, that was a brilliant piss up that day.
I really missed the regatta days, especially when we were younger.
Yeah.
They once we got old enough to drink, it kind of changed. When it was fun to drink before you're 18, it was fun. But after that, it was like, oh great, I'll just go and buy another one.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And then I'm trying to think about another piss up incident that happened in town when you were all at Kebabi or something, and then there happened to be a cowboy and an Indian incident, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was. We used to hang around in the kebab shop uptown. Like it was one particular one that we used to always go in, and we knew the owners quite well, and like we'd make about 1,000 chip boxes to get a free portion of chips and really stuff like that. And then, anyway, there was like 10 blokes and like 3 or 4 girls in our group that one night randomly. And my brother was with us, and he was outside. I think we were all inside, but he was outside, like taking a piss out of people walking past because my brother thought he was the big I am. And
oh my god!
Yeah, there's this like I think this bloke was dressed as a cowboy, and I think the girl was an Indian. He was like doing all this bullshit to him, and then they come over to him, I think, and I think something like he pushed my brother, so my brother pushed him. The girl kind of went for my brother, so he kind of shoulder barged her into the window, and then she fell to the floor. And then I went out to see if she was all right, because I obviously was wondering what was going on with my brother. And then I looked up and I saw him like smack John in the face. So I kind of jumped over the curb and smashed him right in the right next to his nose. And as we were like a bit naff, where we were tussling with this bloke, like swinging punch. I think I got him in the ear. I think he got me in the forehead because I had these 2 lines like either side of my forehead. And my brother, he tripped over me while I was swinging at this bloke, and they'd done all his knee in. And afterwards, he was like, "Dave, I got injured more from tripping over you than from fighting with him." And
you weren't caught on CCTV, way.
Well, there was no police or nothing, and it didn't last too long. But like, of all the guys that were there, like, he kind of separated the men from the boys. Because there was 10 lads there, and like some of them were shit scared, some of them were because the owner was going to come out with his machete. They were like, "No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth your job." And so they held him back. Other guys were trying to come out, but we're like, actually, 2-on-1's enough. You don't need 3-on-1. And then afterwards, I think the bloke come in and shook our hand. And one of the girls, she was from London, she was like, "What fucking pussy. I can't even have a fighting culture stuff." But that was it. Mate, I felt better after the whole not sticking up for him that when we were younger. Actually coming to his aid and injuring him more than the bloke that he was fighting. The irony was quite good. I felt a bit better after that.
So what about now? In flash forward into 2021, how do you still have time to meet up with your brother? Or probably can't with the old fucking COVID and stuff.
Before COVID, I hate saying COVID. It really does my nutting. I always call it Corona because I literally can't stand the word COVID. I've had enough of it.
All right. The Rona boner.
The Rona. So we used to meet. Well, we probably meet up like once a month, once every 3 weeks. Because but we often meet up around my mum's because mum's got quite a big house now, so we just all meet up there. Just because I like seeing the nieces and I like
of course.
like the kids playing together and that. So yeah, I still see him. We get along quite well, really. Actually, now.
Yeah, that's important.
Hate each other's guts.
Oh, mate, that's brilliant. So,
how the tables have
like,
turned.
I don't know if you.
Was shite as well.
The Christmases, you say?
Yeah.
Well, normally at Christmas we'd meet up at my mum's and like have all my lot, his lot, and my mum's. But then because of Rona, it was so shite this year. So yeah, we didn't meet up at all.
Yeah, fucking Rona, mate.
Person for I don't know how long now.
Yeah, I ain't seen you guys since fucking 14 months now coming up. I think.
Nan's funeral was last time I saw you. I think.
Yeah, that's fucking sucks, mate. Yeah. So I ain't got a clue if we'll be over in the summer. We've got to wait and see,
Yeah.
But, I mean, you've had your jab.
Yeah, I've had the old vaccine. I felt
which one did you get?
The Oxford one.
All right, because our granddad calls it the pea fizzle.
The Snoop Dogg version.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Fucking administered by Dr. Dre, but so it had to be done.
Brilliant.
Oh,
yeah.
Fucking brilliant. So before we go, Dave, I want you to think back of any brilliant farting memories of your brother. Has he still got a good fart in him?
Not so much. He's not too bad. There's worse than him.
Like yourself?
Like myself. There was one memory that I have been thinking about because we call him Unlucky Alf.
All right.
With the whole nut in the windscreen and the whole that one he did. He was helping my mum because she worked at a care home, and he was doing a bit of like manual labour at this care home to dismantle this shed. And so he's knocking this shed down. He's probably not got the right footwear on anyway, and he steps backwards, steps on a bit of wood with a nail in it, and the nail just goes right through his foot and comes out the top. And
tetanus.
So even like a little tiny little job he's doing for someone, he ends up in hospital. So he just is unlucky Alf, really. Anything.
Oh, mate, brilliant. And I don't know. Have you got any more anecdotes? Any final anecdotes? Or if we hit the nail on the head or on the foot?
I don't know. There was that one when my mate Ryan, when he just bloody like he was like proper the one that everyone picked on, really. Poor one. And we was in my bedroom playing like Donkey Kong or Diddy Kart Racing or something like that, or Mario Kart. And John was sat on my bed because it was in my room, and he's slapping him around the head with this Jar Jar Binks tongue thing, and he keeps doing it. It's like, John, will you stop it? And I think Stan took it off him and did it. And then he's like, John, will you stop fucking doing it? And my brother's like, it wasn't fucking me. And they just punched him around the back of the head. And then he just ran home crying. And my brother was horrible to him.
Fucking hell.
Callum as well.
Yeah.
Adam,
Callum.
Do you ever spouse to Callum? Because he slept in between mine and John's room, and I think John and him would fight all the time. He hated him, but my mum was so nice she let him stay with us, but he just hated him. And I think they had a massive party in the end, and he just ended up kicking off at each other, and he left. I think because John doesn't really take a lot of crap.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant, mate.
Brilliant.
Oh, sweet. Well, Dave, that has been an absolute fucking episode and a half. So hopefully John will still be your mate after that and our mate. So we have permission to whack in a bizarre random outro onto the end of this. So that'll be done. So I don't know if you've got any ending words, Dave, that you want to share with us.
Keep safe. Fuck the Rona.
Sweet.
Keep
And you, mate? What about you, Adam?
Just, yeah, same really, and over and out, really. That's all I can say.
Over and out. And I'll speak to you both later, you chronic masturbators.
Woo! It's the Fringy Mingy.